Love him or hate him, did he tell any lies? How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and I guess second place GOP candidate right now, right behind Donald Trump, speaking about Trump and Trump supporters and those that follow him on social media, and the comment he made about listless vessels that has got a lot of people upset. Now, when I heard the term that he said in proper context, I think that it made perfect sense. Love DeSantis, hate DeSantis, you're going to vote for him or not vote for him. I think we should be able to zoom out and look at what someone says objectively and see if it's true, false, or an opinion that you disagree with or agree with. I think that is what should be said here. I think that's what should be going on. I don't think it should just be automatically, okay, this guy I'm not going to vote for, and he said something that I could take offensively, therefore he's trying to offend me. I don't think that's what should go on. Now, before I go any further into it, let's go ahead and roll the clip. If you want to see the clip in full, link as always will be in the description. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
A lot of the arguments that many of the MAGA people will say that you are controlled by the Bushes and the Cheneys, that you are a rhino, that this is the real reason why you're running. I'd like to kind of put those things to rest once and for all.
This is Will Witt, by the way. Shout out to him. I've seen him quite a bit at Blexit events.
What is your response to that?
Well, it's just totally fabricated. I mean, I have the boldest record of any elected Republican in the country. I mean, how many establishment Republicans would send troops to the southern border? How many establishment Republicans would ban transgender surgeries for minors? How many establishment Republicans would eliminate critical race theory from our K through 12 schools? How many establishment Republicans would have been willing to fund transportation for illegal aliens to go to Martha's Vineyard? How many establishment Republicans would have done the constitutional carry for Second Amendment or the heartbeat bill? So it just flies in the face of everything that we've ever done for our record. And oh, by the way, I mean, I've been fighting the Republican establishment my whole career, including as a founding member of the Freedom Caucus. We showed how it's done in Florida. We came in, we drained this swamp here in Florida, and the state's never done better as a result. And we won a victory that no Republican governor candidate has ever achieved in the history of the state of Florida.
Now, let's pause right there. What he's saying, it's all facts. If you can detect a lie in that statement, y'all let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments where was the lie, but I did not detect any lies. What he said was right on point. He has a very, very, very conservative record. Things that he's done in the state, things that he's voted on throughout his career, you can look at it and there's evidence on paper to show what he's done. Again, whether you love him or hate him, you're going to vote for him or not vote for him. His record speaks for itself. It is what it is.
So to the people who make those claims, they make it so much. Why do you think that they say these things? Is there a reasoning behind it, or do they really think that?
I don't think they think it. I think that we have a strand in our party that views supporting Trump as whether you are a rhino or not. And so you could be the most conservative person since sliced bread. Unless you're kissing his rear end, they will somehow call you a rhino. So it's been totally detached from principle and what you actually believe and results. And it's more about, just what faction you happen to do. So there'll be people who are huge Trump supporters, like in Congress, who have like incredibly liberal left-wing records that's really just atrocious. And yet they're viewed as by some of these folks as like really, really good. Then you have other people, like a Congressman Chip Roy, who's endorsed me, Congressman Thomas Massey. These guys have records of principle fighting the swamp that are second to none. And yet they will be attacked by some of these people and called rhinos. So it's just been totally detached from any type of substance. And ultimately, a movement can't be about the personality of one individual.
Now, before we get into the next part about the whole listless vessels and everything, again, what he said so far is right on point. A lot of people, not everybody, because people got to understand, he's not, in my opinion, I think that I'm correct in what I say. He's not referring to every person that is a Trump supporter or they may like Trump. He said there are some people, there's a faction of people that believe in this, that if you are a Trump supporter, that means you're a conservative. They don't look at your record. People that do that kind of thing are not really into politics like that. They know they like Trump. So if you like Trump, that must mean that you're on the same page as a conservative politician, because they're not looking deep into the record and also into all the political stuff, because your average normie is not going to be that involved with politics, you see. So what he's saying is right on point. But again, that doesn't apply to everybody, but it does apply to some. Let's keep on going.
The movement has got to be about what are you trying to achieve on behalf of the American people? And that's got to be based in principle. Because if you're not rooted in principle, if all we are is listless vessels that's just supposed to follow, whatever happens to come down the pike on Truth Social every morning, that's not going to be a durable movement.
So I don't see what he said there that was wrong. He's like, look, if all we are is listless vessels and we've got to follow whatever comes down the pike on Truth Social every morning, a movement can't be that way. It can't be just about this one person. People always talk about, elections being rigged, things of that nature. Well, the election is on the state level. So if there's any issue with the election, take it up with your state people. I always say this, your best bet to change politics in the country is to go about it on a local level. I have next to no faith in the federal government. Anybody that knows me knows that I don't like the government on the federal level. I have more faith in local governments. That's where the fight should be. It shouldn't be about one guy in office, because even if we do get Trump again, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't, but if we do get him again, it's one more term and that's it. So then where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? And he's 77 years old. Is he going to live forever? I mean, at a certain point, it's got to be about us as people coming together and making the country go forward. It can't be about one guy. It can't be. A movement like that is destined to fail. Now, here's what they said on Fox News about the whole listless vessels comment. Let's check it out. And I will also place this clip in the description. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website.
Of Trump rallies, I've talked to a lot of their supporters, and I can tell you right now, I'm calling it Listless Vessels is going to be on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And if it's not already on one right now, what's the thing?
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet. No, it's a terrible strategy. And it's so frustrating because Ron DeSantis has such a tremendous record to run on. There's so much promise for him, but he is really failing. Like we have seen few politicians with so much going in their direction fail as badly as he is failing. He's not very good at politics. It's appearing. And the biggest tell is when you go after the voters that you're supposed to win over and you attack them and you mock them. We've seen Hillary Clinton tried it with the basket of deplorables, as you pointed out. And it didn't work for her. And so he's coming up, not only is he coming up with something, I don't even know what a listless vessel is, except that it's insulting. And the suggestion is.
See, there's a problem right there, Charlie Hurt. There's a problem right there. I think that's a naval term, listless vessel. You're just basically an object in the water with no direction. Not knowing what it means does not mean that you're being disrespected. It doesn't mean that.
Is that these people are not only all the things that Hillary Clinton thought they were, but they're also stupid and they're getting snookered. Trump voters are very.
So that's that. That's a clip right there from Fox News. I don't think that I could understand why somebody would try to compare it to the whole basket of deplorables comment from Hillary Clinton. But see, what Hillary Clinton did was said half of the population are what you call a basket of deplorables and there's no hope for them. Half of the population, she just wrote off as that. Now, what DeSantis was saying is that, hey, our movement cannot be based on one person and we cannot be listless vessels just hanging on to whatever is happening over there. We can't be that way. Does that mean that he says that we are that way? If you are a Trump supporter or a conservative person, I don't think that's what that means. And it's weird because while I do agree with Charlie Hurt when he says that DeSantis has not run a good campaign, or he might not, I don't know if he's not good at politics. His campaign's not run very well, But part of that is him kind of playing it safe and not really saying too many things that are kind of controversial. But then when he does kind of just say things that need to be said, all of a sudden we got a problem. Okay, you could call DeSantis a sanctimonious. I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. I look forward to the debate. I wish that Trump would actually go to the debate rather than having an interview with Tucker Carlson. But I understand he's kind of in the same boat that Joe Biden is in. It's like, look, ain't no point in the debate. I'm going to be the guy. So they're doing the same thing. But I'm going to criticize Joe Biden for not debating your RFKs and your Marianne Williamson, whoever else wants to run. I'll criticize him for that the same way I'm going to criticize Trump for not wanting to debate. Right now, you're in the front, but there's others that are challenging you. Have a debate and let us decide. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to Ron DeSantis for speaking his mind. And shout out to everybody who has an opinion, whether you like what he said, you don't like what he said. Personally, I don't see what he said there that was false or really offensive. I think it was a matter of saying, hey, it can't be just about this one guy. Whether the person you support is DeSantis or Trump, that same principle will apply. It's not just to people that want to vote for Trump. It's those that may want to vote for DeSantis or Vivek or whoever you want to vote for. It's got to be about the entire government, federal, local, everybody. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what DeSantis said? Are you offended at the listless vessels comment? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I think that what he said made sense. It was logical. I don't really see the offense. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.